All right, gotta start this one off with a spoiler alert. Wrestling is scripted.
If you know how I feel, why would you say that?
And so is Euphoria.
Bitch, you better be joking.
But you don't see anyone complain about that. Except the difference between Euphoria and WWE is that Zendaya doesn't have to land a moonsault from the top rope every single week. Our point is, while wrestling is most certainly fake, yeah, I said it, yeah, come at me, nerds, it still requires quite a lot of athleticism, which sometimes leads to brutal injuries.
Seth Rollins sustained an ACL injury as well as injury to his MCL.
So at the 2021 Royal Rumble, Carmella was set against Sasha Banks in a women's championship match, during which the wrestler almost suffered a devastating injury while performing a dive. A suicide dive is a move where a wrestler dives onto their opponent standing in the ringside arena. And it seems that Carmella went in with a very high force, which made it difficult for Banks to catch her. And the impact was so great that she even kicked herself in the back of the head. Ow! Thankfully, the superstar quickly recovered and was able to finish up the match.
Out here, and he Carmella! Oh my goodness! Carmella!
So at the 2004 Royal Rumble match, John Cena suffered an extremely painful injury. And I gotta be honest, this is one of those ones where you cringe every time you rewatch the footage. So towards the end of the match, Big Show eliminated Cena as the superstar hit the floor. His left knee landed really awkwardly, and it resulted in a torn MCL. Weirdly enough, it didn't sideline him. He actually appeared multiple times after the accident with a knee brace. Hey guys, I'm not trying to creep you out, but why is that knee brace floating? Okay, I know that joke got old and it's super lame, but I'm never gonna stop. Never!
And now literally I'm invisible. People are like, why is Jimmy Fallon talking to an empty chair? Like that, so many people are gonna say that.
Yeah. So this next one is super heartbreaking, and it just shows how dangerous professional wrestling can be. On a 2017 live event in New York, after a kick from Sasha Banks, Paige suffered a devastating neck injury. The wrestler wasn't able to carry on, and the match had to be stopped. So while the youngest Divas champion ever seems like she's doing okay now, the injury unfortunately cost her her career. This was Paige's last match, and the superstar later took on a role of a general manager on SmackDown.
What happened?
I lost all feeling in my legs and arms. It's just like 5 minutes of my life that I will never forget for the rest of my life.
Ever since we made our last Worst Injuries video, we constantly get comments asking, why isn't Sid Vicious on this list?
What kind of place is this?
Well, first off, move out of your mom's basement and then we'll talk. And the truth is, we've been avoiding it because we don't want to get demonetized.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
But you've been asking for it, so here it is. During a WCW Nitro episode in 2001, Sid Vicious jumped off the ropes, and as he landed, his knee snapped in half. Ow, just saying that hurts. It was revealed later that the wrestler had a shoulder surgery around that time, from which he wasn't fully recovered, and was pressured into not only to appear on the show, but then to perform a dive as well, which was something he clearly didn't feel comfortable doing.
That is so difficult to watch. We've seen it already.
Another angle.
Already so many times, and it's still just so...
When he fractured his leg, he broke both of these bones, about 2/3 of the way down from the knee, right above the ankle joint.
All right, now warning, heat warning, there's some heat surrounding our next entry. I'm gonna rate this caliente on the heat scale. Okay, so on an episode of SmackDown in 2008, we saw Michelle McCool going against the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. Now, towards the end, where McCool was supposed to receive the Glam Slam, Beth, for some reason, didn't unhook her opponent's arms, which resulted in Michelle going head first onto the ring mat. Now, according to the former women's champion, she got a concussion because of that accident, saying, "She didn't unhook my arms, don't know why. She definitely knows how because she's had plenty of matches. Ended up giving me a concussion." So, do you think Beth was in the wrong, or was it just a misunderstanding? Comment now!
This is a good...
why didn't you unhook her arms? Her answer was, there's more to the story. Oh, I'd like to know.
In 2016, Chris Jericho was set against Neville on Raw. Now, after a certain spot, it was clearly visible that Neville had hurt himself. The wrestler suspected it was a broken ankle, and as it turned out, he was correct. Neville unfortunately fractured his ankle in 2 different spots. And after Jericho sensed that something was wrong, he first tried to end the match prematurely via a roll-up, but the referee only counted to 2. So then he had to intentionally disqualify himself by pushing the official in order to protect his opponent from further damage.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, wow. No need for that.
1, 2, and you stop. And then I'm like, what? So then I push you, and what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, why the hell is he pushing me?
During a 2015 live event in Dublin, Ireland, Seth Rollins suffered a painful knee injury in a match against Kane. Now, at a spot where the superstar flipped over his opponent, Rollins landed with the side of his foot, which resulted in a torn, get this, ACL, MCL, and medial meniscus. So the wrestler said that it felt like my knee dislocated and then kind of popped back in. Ouch! Surprisingly enough, he still managed to finish off the match, but was of course sidelined for a few months, until returning in 2016.
For whatever reason, I just landed on the instep of my right foot and my right knee just caved in.
Now, in a tag team match on Raw in 2021, Asuka put her opponent in a submission hold. Shayna Baszler quickly came to the rescue and kicked the Empress of Tomorrow right in her face. As a result of this, Asuka lost a tooth, and you can actually see the tooth flying out of her mouth in this slow motion replay.
I do happen to be the reason that the Raw Women's Champion no longer has any teeth.
Here's to hoping these wrestlers have a good dental plan, because she's not the only wrestler to lose teeth in the squared circle. As a matter of fact, you can check out our previous Worst Injuries video for more of that.
And my whole teeth were, shoved out my mouth.
And that was our list. Comment below and be sure to leave a like too. We'll see you next time.
What kind of place is this?